Marvin's Marvelous Mechanical Museum. Marvin's, eh? Nothing nicer anywhere. Let's check this place out. Got some cash. Let's grab some coins. And we're ready to go. But what is Marvin's? Let's check out these short clips to get a good feel of what this place is all about. I've been going to Marvin since I was just a little kid. Every time I go, I just see something new and just have such a fun time. It's just such an amazing experience, and I hope you enjoy this stuff as much as I do. Yeah, and honestly, it's the coolest. First up, we got a classic. This guy's right at the entrance. So let's just put in some quarters, and let's just watch what he does. And obviously, he's a little dry today. Usually water comes from his mouth like he's just throwing up in the garbage. What a wonderful one to start off the day with. The Polka Babies. This is honestly one of my favorites just because it makes me smile every time, and it's so simple, but it works. It's literally just these two little dolls. Their hands are held together and they're just being pulled up and down on some sort of string or fishing line. It just looks like they're dancing on this stage. It's just so nice, and you got the music. And this place is just full of all these interesting like automatons and sort of mechanical machines that are just so cool and just brings them to life. Marvin's Lunchtime. This machine is actually, you can kind of see it if you want to eat there. They have tables. It's right by it. And you can see it's like a sort of amazing machine just brought to life. And you got this man in a tub just eating pasta. And I love the little faucets. Just looks like marinara is just being pumped in there. And if you can see the amazing like tooth gear system, like it's just amazing whoever made this. Just love the art. You got these sailors, just they were pounding on the table, just so cool. This one here, this is actually a Ferris Wheel. I used to ride this when I was a kid. Obviously, you can't get on now. You got to be pretty small. But it's just funny they have that. They even have a mini merry-go-round. Got the horses on it, got the lights. You can even see in the background a little bit now too. Again, just a very simple machine, but I'm a huge fan of it. Again, it's almost just the strings. It's just a bunch of fishing line. It's making them look like they're dancing and having a party. You got music in the background. It's just such a fun machine. And I'm not sure when this one was made, but I remember this here ever since I was a kid. Got the guy playing the drums, playing the violins. Just so cool. Shake with Uncle Sam. Now this is a very old machine. His hand is literally shiny from the amount of humans touching. Have you ever seen like a statue that's been always touched on the nose or something? How it's all shiny in that spot? It's just interesting. And this is obviously, he's gonna judge me right now. This is Uncle Sam's judgment of me. He says romantic. This one's of a sailor just drinking, and there's a giant serpent looks in the background. The Jolly Roger, what should we do with the drunken sailor? Just fun. Now it's time to mention that if you ever visit Marvin's, don't forget to look up at the ceiling. Every time I'm there, I see something that I've never noticed before. This place is just full of amazing art and just signs and neon and just huge model planes. This place is fantastic. If you see all those planes, they used to move along that conveyor belt. It was incredible. Here's one of two foxes. It says being followed. And that music, I believe, played along with it. And you can see it's just like a system of spinning wheels. It just pushes these rods, I believe, that makes them look like they're running. It's so cool. And here's another one. I believe a lot of them are by the same person. And it's just the constant battle of an ant and the anteater. And the anteater's always going to be too late. If you see that kind of tooth right there as it falls, his tongue falls with it. Just so cool. And he always misses the ant. This one says live peep show. And I zoom in on the text so you can read it. Pretty much it says there's a bunch of live ants inside of it. If you want to see like an ant nest. So obviously let's check it out. And obviously if you look inside, it's a joke. There's not really live ants in there. It's just some grass, little plastic ants on it. Just fun. This is a reason why I love this place. This nickel has been glued to the ground here since before I've been coming there. Got a really old machine right here. There's a block of text in the window if you want to read it. Kind of gives you some backstory. It's just a really old scenery. You look in, you got the safe door opens up. You got some like devil figure grabbing something from this lady. It kind of says it was made in the early 1930s. So it's almost 100 years old, this machine. That's incredible. And here's another one that's just as old. It takes a dime. And it's just real simple. You see some handcuffs. You see someone trying to open a safe and someone open up the door. Cool. This one's a lot of fun. It's I guess Marvin personally trained a chicken to play tic-tac-toe and you're going to verse him. And so I go ahead and I play the tic-tac-toe with the chicken because why not? And it's a cat's game. Can't win against the chicken. This is one of those stranger machines at Marvin's, I would say. It said the Spanish Inquisition on it. And this one is a scene. It's a pretty brutal scene. There's these scenes of torture, and they're whipping them, and it looks like burning them or branding them, and I'm not sure what's going on in the background. But this is just a very old machine, and it's depicting, I guess, what was happening in the Spanish Inquisition, they're saying. On to a lighter note, this one is one of my favorites. It's just so simple, so satisfying. I just love it. You see this big hand and this big nose, and you know what it's gonna do, and it just does it, and it's great. And obviously it's accompanied by this beautiful art of just the whole world picking their nose. So great. Nervometer, test your courage. This one used to always scare me as a kid, and it's hard for me to do it. You just reach in there and you have to hold this red button, and you have to hold it till the end. And you just see these piercing red eyes. It just charges at you. And I remember it used to drip water as well. So scary. Rawr. The 3 Trials of Terror. This one's pretty sweet, just the way it looks, like almost like an Iron Maiden or something medieval. So let's go ahead and try this one. You have to hold the button. Invincible. So cool. This is another cool one. I believe it's called Waiting Room. You can see all those gears. It's rotating this rod, and it's moving these like circles up and down. And you can see it just causing all this movement. You got the skeleton moving his leg and hand. This pregnant lady's belly, I believe. It's kicking their feet around. He's turning his head. It's just such a cool machine. So well made. Incredible. What's behind the red curtains? Probably not what you thought. One of the more strange ones, I would say. It's like a Siamese twin, and I believe it's actually based off of one that happened, and I think this machine used to travel around or something. There's a note card in there that I'll zoom in on, but it's really hard to read it. I wish I could read it, but I know this is very old and very interesting and very creepy. It's like double-headed baby there. I don't think that was to size, but it's just strange the way they present it. But I guess they never see anything like it. And there's this note card. Can't really read it, but it's cool it's in there, and it's so dusty, even the note card. Something more fun now. You can have a machine where you just put in a quarter, and it'll pump out an egg, and get a little prize. Ask the Brain. This one's a really cool, intricate one, and I think it's really well made. You can see, you turn it on, he tells you something. It's kind of hard to hear him. The gist is what I can see is he's making sure I put in my money. He asks me if I put in my money. But you can see his hands are spinning these knobs, this wonderful lighting, interesting lightning in the background. I love just how his shoulders and arms jiggle up and down as he laughs. It looks so lifelike. And he was asking if I put my money in. Just so cool, the way he jiggles in the movement. and all the lights and noises. Just such a fun time. Yeah, I love the shoulder jiggle. It's what sells me on it. And don't forget your fortune. And this one's like in an army crate. It's just like a green man, a green alien. And it just says warning and it's the alien head there. Let's see what he does. He sings about being green. But this one is honestly super well made. Makes you think of like Hollywood movies like Men in Black or something. Great lighting, singing there. He's got like 3 fingers. He's talking about being another color. Yeah, he's just in there all the time singing. And I want to get a close up on his eye, because his eyes actually kind of move. And it just looks amazing. Just crazy. Ooh. And don't forget to throw away your trash. Now let's check out some of the walls. Just look at this. It is packed with so many things. You could come back every day for a year and probably not see everything on the walls. And you got this section here, which is like these really amazing, old, huge, I guess magician or illusionist or performer, these crazy posters. I've never seen them anywhere. They're just incredible. It's just a closer look at these. Like, I've never seen these anywhere. These are like museum quality. Like, this place is literally a museum. It is in the name. It's incredible. I think he made an elephant disappear. Imagine seeing that. It's like a random distillery or still on the wall or something strange out of copper. And it's just literally above like a bunch of games. Over here we have I believe a replica or size to size of the world's tallest man. And above it looks like Charlie Chaplin hanging out in some little smoke bar or something. And a flying clown head, a giant picture in the background. Giant metal airplanes. He has all these airplanes. And the little merry-go-round, and this is just packed, random little pig thing. The dinosaur, I see a propeller, looks like a real old propeller in a little outhouse. And again, giant airplanes. Looks like he bought an old sign from an old maybe dollar store or something. An old lighthouse, and next to the old lighthouse looks like old Grandma Marvin just hanging out up there. And a bunch of old random things. Looks like a talking stone maybe. Say a don't walk sign. Got a whole saloon up on the ceiling right here. Got the steakhouse, the post office. Looks like a whole band up there. And now let's check out some other type of games. Looks like the Love Shack, a random coffin game. But we're checking out this guy right here. This one's pretty cool. I really like the robotics on the arm and the cane. It looks like his arm is just totally moving. And his jaw is moving too.
Let me ask you a question first. How would you like to be cooped up all day in a box without bathroom? I'm sorry. You were looking for some words of
Yeah, he's just mad about being in that box all day. I don't blame him. Cool. And if we just scroll down, we got this one called the Guillotine or Guillotine. And the door just opens. And if you watch, the blade falls and it just sliced off his head. Fell into the basket. And this is a super old machine. And if you can see the note card over there, it's just wild to think that this could have been playing this same scene for almost 100 years, if not 100 years. This next one is similar. I believe it's even made by almost the same maker, just because I'm guessing of the same doors opening. And it's a kind of a dark theme again. Got like a priest in the background, some religious figure, and obviously they just hung the guilty. Yeah. On to some other stuff. This one is called the Cardiff Giant. One of the history's hugest hoaxes. I'm not even sure what that is, but they literally have whatever that hoax is. Just something crazy. This is obviously a little like love machine. Why not? Let's give it a try. We did Uncle Sam. Let's try this one. Obviously, you just squeeze the little metal handles and it'll tell you what you are. And it says, unkissable. I'll take it. This one's just a lot of fun. Like depicts a circus scene. It's just amazing, just the way it's all working and the gears, and I'm not even sure. And you can see you got the ringmaster, I believe, putting his head between the lion's mouths. You got the unicyclist on top of the tightrope, a seal spinning the little ball. Just such a fun machine. I do think that the car in the middle used to move around. It might be needed to be under repairs right now, but still nonetheless just an amazing machine. I really like the unicycle on the tightrope. Invasion of the Body Snatches. I like the design of this one. It's like a long tower. You look inside of it's a viewing port. Got the four gentlemen and on the train, the lights go out. I really like how you can hear the movement of the train, the clunk, 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 clunk. Uh-oh. Boom. You see the change? If not, go back and check it out. It's super well done. Love the details. Love the city moving in the background. Such a cool design. Awesome job. This one's really sweet, but it is under construction. It was like a full player setup. You had a guitar, you had a banjo, you had a drum set, maybe even another stringed instrument. You had the player piano, and it was just incredible. This one was under repair too. Dr. I'm a Quack, and he just, I believe he told your fortune or something. A really cool automaton as well. This one is always a blast, always fun. It usually gets you if it's the first time you've done it. You literally stick your hand inside there and your fingers are moving where they are. I love it. He does it on two. It's just he drops his huge blade and it squirts a little bit of blood and it just gives you a jump. They have a nice selection of old vintage games as well, like Frogger, X-Men, it looks like, there's a Galaga and Donkey Kong, like a Pac-Man, I believe, Space Invaders, just really cool old stuff. Do you like pinball machines? They got a lot of pinball machines here. Pretty sweet as well, a bunch of them like interesting screens and also these crazy layouts. Deadpool, Led Zeppelin, was it the Avengers, just so many. And they also have a bunch of giant games as well. Sonic, got a Cedar Point kind of roller coaster game, giant bongos. They got the ski ball in the background. You got that garbage can again. Big old Star Wars like pod game, another kind of sort of pod game. Very hard to film them, so I couldn't film those ones. And they also have like a big kind of ticket section as well. Got like the coin pushers, some big old screen games, and you see the skee ball again, a giant kind of wheel you can spin, an interesting sort of button game. You smash them all. It's like a jump roping game, really fun. My brothers have beaten that one. Like the basketball game and like the ticket eater. And since they do have tickets, there's like a prize counter where you can kind of trade in your tickets for a bunch of candy or little knickknacks or a stuffed animal or t-shirt or something cool like that. Obviously, even if you're in the arcade section, the tickets, just go ahead and look up and you just see all sorts of fun stuff just looking right at you. It's like some guy flying on a rocket. I couldn't resist myself. I had to play a little bit of House of the Dead. One of my more favorite arcade games. You have a light gun and you pretty much have to blast away zombies and save other humans and save the world from the zombie infestation pretty much. It's a fun game and obviously I just had a lot of fun with it. Of course, we got Donkey Kong here. This is, I believe, the original appearance of Mario. And honestly, this game is very hard. I think maybe I've gotten past the first level once. It is so hard, and it's so simple. You have a joystick and buttons. All you really gotta do is climb up those inclines all the way to the top, and I believe save the princess from the deranged monkey, gorilla, donkey, whatever he is. This one is Marvin's bar. This is another one I believe is made by whoever made that Lunchtime. And if you can see, it's a whole scene. You have all these figures. Their arms are moving, their mouths are moving, they're eating, they're drinking. One of those guys, his eyes kind of come out. It's just a fantastic scene. Super well made. I wonder how long it would take to make something like that. If you see below, it's just run by all these sort of gears and levers and just spinning, just platforms, I guess. Just super interesting. And just such fun music. What a great thing. Now we're on to the crane alley. These are some really old claw crane machines, probably some of the first ones ever made. And this was made in the 30s, 1932. Just incredible. Obviously you're trying to catch a quarter. Will we do it? Wah. Just angrily walk back to the start. On to machine number 2. This is a really old one as well. It's a different design. Really like the claw of it. And we're trying to catch one of these little balls. And nah, can't reach far enough. But let's just get a good look at the design of the actual machine itself. It has these like metal chains with these big heavy counterweights, and it's moving the whole like cast metal crane. Just such a cool thing. They don't make them like that anymore. Like this giant casted like faceplate, a tiny little handle, and it's just incredible. Alright, third time's a charm. Used to be 5 cents, now it's 25 cents. Let's try it again. This is just like the first machine we did. And we gotta get something in this place. Put the quarter in, spin the little tiny handle, and let's just hope we catch something. Oh yeah, success. We did it. Machine's still working. Honestly, I think the machines that are older grab the products better. So cool. They also have a crane machine where you can just get some candy. It's a lot of fun and give you a little bit of candy. So obviously we have to try it. I believe that handle changes the spin. And we did it. We got ourselves some Skittles. Sweet. This is a really cool one. It's like a whole scene has Marvin. It's got some fun music going on. It looks like Ronald McDonald is working the register or the counter. You have these little bumper cars. I'm not sure if they used to move. They probably did, but it's just a really cool retro scene. How cool is that? Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. The famous Golden Gate Bridge. Just an old viewing one. Moving on to Zelda the Mysterious. I like the name Zelda. It's a fortune-telling one, a really old one. And the creepiest thing is she's missing her finger, and she's just reading her tarot cards and telling you your fortune. Her crystal ball, I like the candle flame flickering, and it's just looking to her face. Very eerie and creepy, these always are. Now this one's a strange one for sure. It costs a penny, and you put in a penny, and there's this weird like trunk with a rubber hand on it, and you grab it. It just vibrates very fast, and it will put a new life into you, it says. It's very strange. It has the spider fear one right here. This one wasn't working correctly though. It just wasn't doing the feathering that it used to. You got this guy stuck in the jail cell. If you crank it up, he'll just start shaking on you. This next one's always a great time. You just put in a quarter and you just watch this sailor begin to dance around. He's just lost his marbles. He's got like a bee on his nose, a laughing sailor, his butterfly chasing around, and he's just got that creepy mannequin look going on. Oh yeah. But honestly, so much fun. It makes me smile every time. You are now leaving the wonderful world of Marvin's and re-entering the grim world of reality. Well, I really hope you all enjoyed this. It was a lot of fun sharing this place with you all. I really hope you enjoyed this as much as I do. I want to say thanks to Marvin for letting me film the place, and I did meet Marvin when I was younger. I know he passed on, but I just want to say thank you to Marvin and his family for keeping the place alive and just keeping it alive in these times. And I just want to say, if you like this place, go ahead and check it out. I'll leave all the information in the description below, the address and such to the website. So if you're interested in that, feel free to check it out. And I want to say thanks for stopping by. I really hope you enjoyed this. This place has always been a special place for me, and I hope it becomes a special place for you as well. So game on, have some fun, stay positive, and I'll catch you later.
Are you a professional photographer?